In this video, I'm going to go over how to create the glint effect seen in the done Toliver video. For this workflow, you're going to need a Reactor plugin. I'll leave a link for that in the description, as well as a video for if you're on the free version of DaVinci Resolve. You might have to go through a little bit of a workaround. However, if you can't get this to work, I will show you a secondary workflow to recreate the effect without any plugins necessary. Also in the description, you will find a link to my website. Right now, I'm running a flash sale. Everything is 30% off. Just use code FLASH30 at checkout for 30% off. So I open my clip in Fusion, select the medium one, hit Control and Space. I'm going to look for a Luma keyer. You're going to use the Luma keyer to isolate the brightest parts of your clip. I'm going to turn up the contrast and expand. I'm going to turn down the gamma. Now I'm going to hit Control and Space, search for Star Glow. I'm going to tweak the gain and the glare to get the look that I want. And once that's done, I'm going to take my media one, take the output of it and connect it to the output of the Star Glow. It's going to create a merge node. I'm going to select that merge node and hit Control T to bring back the glare effect. Basically swapping the inputs, putting the media one in the background and the Star Glow and the Luma keyer effect in the foreground. And that's it. Simple as that. If you want to add a little extra flare to it, go back to the Star Glow, go to Star Angle, right click, go to Modify Width, Atom Curves, click on the Modifiers tab, change Transition to Duration, change Linear to Easing, and just leave it set at 360. They'll create this rotating glare effect. Now again, if you're unable to get the Star Glow plugin from Reactor to work and you're on the free version of Resolve, this is how you can create the effect. So you still start off with the Luma keyer, isolated the brightest part of the clip. With the Luma keyer selected, hit Control and Space and search for a directional blur. Go to the inspector and change linear to center. And on the length, you're going to change it to 0.2. Then you're going to select that directional blur, hit Control C or Command C if you're on Mac. And then we're going to hit Control Shift V to paste the instance, which I think on Mac is Command Option V or something like that. Whatever it is, leave it in the comment section. Then I'll take the output of the instance and connect it to the output of the directional blur, which will create a merge node. Then take the output of the Luma keyer and connect it to the instance. Select the instance, go over to the Inspector tab, right click on Angle, and then select D instance. For this one, I'm actually gonna type in -60. Then I'm gonna go back to the original directional blur. I'm gonna type in 60. And then once again, connect the media one to the merge one. It's gonna create a merge two. Select it, hit Control T. Now you more or less have the same effect. If I go back to the directional blur, I can turn up the glow a little bit. I'm actually gonna go back into the length and I'm gonna turn it to 0.1, let's do 1.5, make it a little bit shorter. And so the method using the Star Glow effect does look better in my opinion, but you let me know what you think in the comment section and I'll see you in the next video.